Bloody Jacob here to give you my thoughts on Clown in a Cornfield. I know I'm way late to this, but still trying to scratch off some last little bits for my 2025 ranking, which I should hopefully do sometime later next week. Who knows? Um, but yeah, Clown in a Cornfield is one I heard quite a bit of hype about. Coming out of some festivals and then its run that did have in theaters for what it was. And I was, cautiously optimistic. I know Kevin Durant is in this as, the mayor. Big fan of Kevin Durant, very overlooked actor that's finally getting some flowers. I loved him in things from like The Strain to Walking Tall, and you could go on and on, even in something like Legion, and some of his other, smaller roles and such. Abigail, just in the past couple of years. But, it's about this girl, and her dad, who is widowed. They end up moving to this small town called Kettle Springs, and they try to get ingrained in like the local town culture and stuff like that. And there's this whole kind of mascot called Friendo and such, and the some teenagers that she falls in with who are supposedly like notorious menaces for some of them as well. And lo and behold, though, people start getting picked off as she starts to bond with, a couple of the boys in particular. And, what we have here is, I think, one of the finer and more, like, all-around solidly enjoyable slashers over the last few years. It feels like if it was something that came out in the 80s or 90s, it'd be an instant classic. And it's gone over fairly well. It's also based on a series of books, by the way. And I don't know if it did quite well enough to like guarantee another one, but I really do hope there is one, because I actually like this one a fair bit. It has all the telegraphs of what you'd expect, but unlike something like Thanksgiving a few years ago, which a lot of people seem to like, but I just thought was kind of like a bland Scream ripoff. This one actually had its own kind of energy and flavor to it I enjoyed a lot. Go into it knowing as little as possible, though. Just know Clown in a Cornfield. And it takes on a pretty fun little ride, I think. There's some decent kills and deaths and stuff like that. I like the lead actress, Katie Douglas. She's not like Sienna from Terrifier level or anything, but I think with time, she could really be one of the more standout women characters from this era in horror. I thought she was really likable and endearing. Like I said, Kevin Durant's always fun, and some of the other younger characters around her are actually at least like lively. Like Carson McCormack and Vincent Moeller, and then the actor who plays her dad does a decent enough job, who I recognize from like shows like Blind Spot and Hannibal. And just the direction the movie takes. At first I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm really going to care for it as much now, but then it actually does like a pretty entertaining version of what it goes for that mostly won me over. And between that and some of the carnage there is, it's not like a Terrifier sort of thing, but it doesn't really shy away from things, the whole runtime or anything like that either, we'll put it that way. And it's just the kind of one that I'm so glad it worked, because for me as a horror fan, it's good to have ones that executes itself in its simplicity like this come around, and I think we need more of that. But yeah, Letterboxd would probably be like a 3.54 rating out of 5, who knows, and definitely only better half of 2025. I don't know what you guys thought about it. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, of course, Instagram. Later.